In this video, we'll take all of our individual firm supply curves and build them up and add them together to get the market supply curve. This will tell us at each and every single price, in this case for gasoline, what will be the entire market supply in terms of quantity. We want to go from individual supply curves into a market supply curve that will add up all the supply from all the firms in the entire market. And this market supply curve will be a graph plotting the total quantity of an item supplied by an entire market. Over here on the left, we have a firm supply curve. You can think of this thing as the exact same supply curve we developed for BP, the individual gasoline firm, in a previous video. And so imagine then we have 100 identical firms that look exactly like this, and we want to add those all up to get the market supply curve over here on the right. And so what we have here for a price of $1, an individual firm will produce 10 million. And so since we have 100 identical firms, we can just take that at $1, 10 times 100, and we'll get 1,000 in the entire market. At $2, individual firm will be doing 15. Right here, multiply by 100 to get 1,500. At 3, it's 20, and so then we'll do 2,000. At 4, it's 25 for the individual firm, so now we'll get 2,500. And at 5, it's 100. Sorry, at 5, it's 30 for the individual firm, so here we'll get 3,000 when we multiply by 100. Connect all those dots, and now we'll have our market supply curve, like so. Right. So in a sense, we're adding up all these individual supply curves horizontally or multiplying to get the market supply curve. We're just adding up all those individual firms. Now, this graph here, same exact market supply curve that I just showed you on the previous graph, just a little bit cleaned up. And so there's a couple of properties I want to talk about for this thing first. In general, this works the exact same way as our individual supply curve, so we can read it in very similar ways. And so we can say that at a price of $2, we can come over to the supply curve and come down, and we'll get, that's going to be at a price of $2, the market's going to supply 1,500 units. We can also go in the opposite direction. What's the minimum willingness to sell? Willingness to sell. That's going to also be equal to the marginal cost. And so if I ask you, what's the marginal cost of producing that marginal 1,000th unit, you would come down to the quantity here and come up to the market supply curve, come on over $1. Okay, so we can read it in both directions here, just like we could the individual supply curve. Other things to note, it's upward sloping. So as price goes up, quantity goes up for this market supply curve. It follows the law of supply, just like our individual supply curves as well. Now, we could have a movement along a supply curve. Let's go from that dot there to this dot here. So movement up along here. Right. And so if we go from a price of $2 to a price of $4, that's going to cause this movement up along that market supply curve, where the market as a whole will increase our quantity from 1,000 over to 2,500. Like so. Okay. So this is how we want to read what's going on moving along this market supply curve.